Let's go to the story down in Alabama. We talked about it before with women getting incarcerated for endangering their fetuses as they're pregnant, in many cases with drug use. It happens. We know that happens to a particular degree. That's why there's all these campaigns to push back on this. But in this case, the law is coming to just arrest them, toss them in jail, and then go through things like what Ashley Caswell went through. She was incarcerated for 7 months of her pregnancy and endured unimaginable suffering and harm as she then gave birth. If you've been through some horrific pregnancy stories, maybe you don't want to listen to this part. Caswell was denied regular access to her prenatal visits, even as officials were aware that her pregnancy was high risk due to her hypertension and abnormal pap smears, according to a lawsuit. There was a lawsuit filed on Friday against the county and the sheriff's department. She was also denied her prescribed psychiatric medication and slept on a thin mat on the concrete floor of the detention center for her entire pregnancy. Again, this woman is in jail for testing for, I think, positive for meth while she was pregnant. And this is the restorative punishment that's supposed to have her come out as a better person. The pregnant detainee's water had broken and she was bleeding, but Caswell was allegedly told to, quote, deal with the pain. After being in labor for 12 hours, Caswell gave birth to her son in a jail shower on October 16th of 21. That's what her attorney said. Then staffers took photos with the baby while Caswell was passed out on the floor. Again, according to this federal civil rights lawsuit. And and also this suit alleges that it didn't end there. There's more things that went down because she was taken to the hospital later on that evening. I mean, not right away, not while the pregnancy was happening, after she'd had her baby. And then hours later, she continued to face more mistreatment. She was allegedly denied the ibuprofen and breast pump that her physicians had prescribed, leading to discomfort, pain, clogged milk ducts, inflammation in her breasts, and a fever. The jail staff did not provide her with sanitary pads for her postpartum bleeding, forcing Caswell to rip up a t-shirt and use it to soak up blood. She was once again allegedly made to sleep on that thin mat. So again, this is why she was in jail. In March of 21, sheriffs in Etowah County, Alabama, arrested her on accusations that she tested positive for meth while pregnant and was, quote, endangering her fetus. Caswell, who was 2 months pregnant at the time, became one of a growing number of women imprisoned in the county in the same name of protecting their unborn children. It was a process. It was a system that they went through to do this because, I don't know, there was maybe some state representative or even a national representative said, I'm going to clean up our problem. And as soon as we have a chance to punish women for existing, let's go ahead and punish them for existing because there's plenty of drug addicts. But still, let's say it's because of unborn children as we then put these lives in danger, these unborn children. One more piece here, Adrienne. I'm sorry, I'm filibustering like crazy. There's more cases from this, as I mentioned. Caswell isn't the only pregnant detainee who has been prevented from receiving necessary medical care at this detention center. From 2018 to 2020, at least 3 other women said that their pleas to be taken to the hospital were ignored. The lawsuit claims this as well. Some were allegedly forced, to give birth alone without medication. One said she experienced stillbirth after she was taken to an emergency room 5 days after her water broke. Because we're the United States of America. We protect children, we protect women. What about the unborn, the lives of the unborn? Did you know that Democrats, after a baby's born, they still want to abort it by murdering it right there on the table in the bed? Or maybe they do it in Etowah County in these jails, Adrienne.
This is just disgusting. It's incredibly disheartening. You know, when you are giving birth, it's one of the most vulnerable and dangerous situations in your life, particularly here in the United States, where we're the most advanced country. Yet we have a high maternal mortality rate, I believe the highest of any developed country. And then on top of that, knowing that Alabama is a state with the 3rd highest maternal mortality rate, it really shows you that they don't care about women who are giving birth, individuals who give birth, and they don't care about these babies because they're putting them in situations where their lives are in jeopardy. Otherwise, they would reduce their maternal mortality rate. They would ensure that these women who are put into these facilities have the care that they need to ensure that they give a healthy live birth. But that's not what they're doing. They're treating them not just like criminals, but like animals. How does this not violate the 8th Amendment? And it just really shows you that our nation likes to talk a good game about caring about human life, but we really don't give a damn.
Not at all. In so many different aspects, continue and over again say this. So, hey, maybe these sheriffs or folks who run this jail, I guess they're just rabid Democrats that find themselves in the middle of Alabama running the jail because they can't wait to murder children. Or maybe they're empowered to do so and they think they can torture folks because they get off from doing it. It's disgusting.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.